victim's forearm firmly in both hands and twisting the hands in the opposite direction about the victim's arm, causing the tender skin to stretch, making it red and sore. Known primarily as an Indian burn or Chinese burn in the United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand, buffalo skin in India, snake bite or Italian rub in Canada, or Indian rug burn in the United States, which is what I called it. Except for some Midwest states such as Wisconsin, where it's just known as a snake bite. Indian burn in France, policeman's glove or 100 if I can talk, needles in Hungary, barbed wire in the Netherlands, needles in Bulgaria, and Brensenil, stinging nettle in Austria, Switzerland, and the southern parts of Germany, 1,000 needle stings in the northern parts of Germany, 1,000 needles in Sweden, nettle in Latvia, Poland, and Russia, French cuff in Denmark, kumamakara, which means hot sausage in Finland, manita de puerco, which means split pig's feet in Mexico.
This is way better when it's in a different language. It's just so much better. They come up
so
with
now I just gave the history of the Indian burn, and I feel like can I just say it? Can I just say that the Game Genie's going to give us a fucking Indian rug burn?
I'd rather say that he gives you a hot sausage.
I like that too. That's not bad.
Or a hard genie grab.
I don't fucking know. Ooh, we're a hard G on this fucking episode.
A genie rub and tug.
I actually like that a lot. Okay, so he gives you a titty twist and a genie rug and tug.
Yeah, rub and tug.
Okay,
rub and tug or rug and tug.
Rub and fuck, I like rub and tug.
Tug?
Well, rug tug actually makes sense because genie's the fucking magic carpet rug.
Okay, all right.
Anyway, what the fuck are we talking about? Yeah, we're gonna have him on the show. Can we move the fuck on?
Should we have him on the show anymore? Is he doing some stuff?
No, I'm saying because or else he's not. If we don't have him on, he'll give me the rug tug.
Yeah. But should you be afraid of getting a rug tug? Should we maybe try not to be friends with him?
But just not being friends with him, he'll still give me a rug tug whenever he wants to.
You can always just get rid of the cartridge. Oh, fuck, but it's bound to your house. It won't cross the threshold.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the great thing about him not being able to go through or past that threshold in my house is that means his stupid ass gets to stay home during PAX.
True. Oh,
yeah, ain't gonna see your ass.
Good. Yeah, because he will just ruin our time.
Yeah, ain't no rug and tugs going on there.
We're going to be trying to hang out and, talk to people, and he's just going to be like, "Hello, guys, how are you? I'm boring as fuck. I suck."
Is that how you... Oh, damn. I hope he can't hear you. Also, is that your impersonation of him?
Yeah, fuck that.
Here, I'll do mine. You ready?
Okay.
Hello, genies. You can't defeat me. I wish you could smell my farts, but I can't fart because I'm a genie.
Anyway, yeah.
Man, he sounds like an asshole.
Yeah, if he had one, he would be one.
Wow. That's a little racist because he's not racist. Of our race.
I know. Well, no, he's not of our species, you fucking moron. That's not a race. It's a species thing.
You suck.
Can we get on to fucking the first topic? You ready?
Oh, my God. Yes. Okay, what are we doing? Where are we going? This is vacation week.
Yeah, fuck it, whatever. Bungie separating from Activision.
All right. So
Bungie, they're separated from Activision. This was a big deal. And, of course, every big bit of news comes out either the day we record or the day we release. And this came out on Thursday, I believe. Maybe it came out the day we recorded after. Yeah. I don't fucking remember. No, it wouldn't have been the day. It would have been the day after we recorded or the day of release, which is within those 2 days, something big happened. And within those 2 days, Bungie fucking split from Activision, taking along with it the Destiny property.
So does this... Well, this sort of reminds me of when they left Microsoft, except they didn't take Halo with them.
Well, the thing is, I don't know what the agreement was with Activision. It was just a contract. Activision didn't own Bungie. They just worked with them. So pretty much you are saying that, Microsoft still owned Halo because they actually, it wasn't the same. God damn it, I can talk. It wasn't the same fucking thing.
I think Microsoft handed Halo or kept Halo because it was successful. I don't think Activision would have had to give them Destiny, but I think they were just like, whatever, just fucking take it. Like, we can't deal with this shit.
Because it says they're splitting up. In a divorce, I would see a shared world shooter, Destiny, enter fully into Bungie's control.
Yeah, which is great. So,
Kotaku article I was reading.
Basically, what this means is, okay, so I'm sure that Bungie has its corporateness about it, like as like a studio, but they don't have someone like Activision, like a multi-billion-dollar company, breathing down their necks. You know.
This is crazy. Apparently, they've had a tumultuous relationship over the last couple of years. Look, it says...
I believe it. I mean, they had this huge project. How much did it cost to make Destiny and Destiny 2?
I don't know. You're saying, like, do you think the marketing was bad for it? Or just... I mean,
No.
I don't even think I think the marketing was fine for it. I don't know if people just, like, didn't... Whatever ended up being Destiny, people just weren't wanting as much as Halo back in the day.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, let me read this from the Kotaku.
Okay.
Kotaku. From the...
Say it from the beginning.
So, from the Kotaku article, here's something that says, which is very interesting and talks about the 2-minute... Fuck!
All right, we done?
Tumultuous. We just finished. We're done with it. We're done with the cast.
Yeah.
No. The tumultuous relationship had gone on for years, and it says tension that existed since before the first Destiny even shipped. Bungie, the studio that created and led development on the franchise, told employees during a team meeting this afternoon, framing it as fantastic news for a studio that has long grown sick of dealing with its publisher. Employees cheered and popped champs like motherfucking me, according to one person that was there.
Because they split.
Yeah, people are super happy about it.
I think this is a good thing for Bungie.
I do too. I do too.
In fact, I'm wondering, I mean, it had to be the money, but like after the experience that Bungie had with Microsoft, you'd think that they would want to not partner up then again with a huge publisher.
I know. That was one of the first Reddit comments on whenever I read it. They're like, you'd wonder why Bungie wanted to get away from them only to like sign up with Activision. And then they made like a similar style game, a fucking sci-fi shooter.
Right.
Like, what are you doing?
So
I don't know. Do you think we're going to see a new IP from them, or do you think they're going to keep just with the Bungie? I just combined Destiny and Bungie. The Destiny brand. Like, you think they're just going to stay with it, that IP?
This is what I hope. I hope what they do is they say, hey, now that we're in control, like, here's what we have planned. And I hope that Destiny changes drastically for the better. Now, that's easy to say. Like, okay, now that we own it, we're going to make it better. Okay, how do you make it better, right? I just think that there were some things they probably wanted to do that Activision wanted to maybe control more or monetize more or make harder for them to do naturally, or maybe even just some of the process of developing
right.
Was stifled by, how corporate a company like that can be. Now, I could also be wrong.
Well, let me tell you this. So, like, Brandon was telling me the other day, he's like, it's interesting that publishers of games nowadays are kind of being seen as the record labels of the 90s. And it's like, they're just in it to be as greedy as possible, make as much money as possible, not really give the developers their due or their fair share. And then people are also like, well, okay, if you're not going to do this and do what we want, we're paying you a lot of money. We're just either not going to pay for it, and so we won't be buying your fucking games, or, it hasn't gotten to a point, anything like, Napster, where people are just illegally downloading games. Really, that's kind of stopped a lot lately. It's, it's just like people are just sick of it. So, yeah, maybe it's good to have these developers, very similar to music artists, go on their own and just like distribute and publish on their own right. And that's why indie games are also, Brandon mentioned, on the up and up, because people are like, we're just done with this big publisher bullshit.
Yeah. Well, just to put it in perspective real quick here, I'm seeing some conflicting numbers for what it costed to make the Destiny games, but they're somewhere between $150 million and $500 million. So I feel like a lot of times for like really big games, they hover around 40 million. But it seems that in this case, it was up there.
I don't know what the fuck you're saying. Are you saying that it was not profitable?
Yeah, I don't think it was. I think they
okay.
Okay, so here's the thing. When you take all of the best games ever made, And in a lot of cases, the most successful games ever made, and you put them in a top 10 for what was the most expensive to make, like you're going to see some like big games, right?
Yeah, I think I said
shit.
GTA 5 and Red Dead, I think were the biggest to make. We went over this a couple weeks ago. Or about a month or two ago.
GTA 5, Halo 2, Star Citizen.
Is Destiny on that list?
Final Fantasy 7 and Destiny. Yeah, Destiny's up there.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Like, it's in the top 10 for sure. Now,
fuck.
Yeah, but we know, Destiny 1, I think when they were finally getting their footing, was becoming profitable, and then I think that they thought, like, okay, now we know what we got to do. So they made 2.
There was a second one. It's like, why didn't you just... Yeah, you should have just kept on that. Wait until you're now breaking away from... see, this would be a perfect time to announce something in the next year, after they separated from Activision, of a Destiny 2. And they were like, oh, this is the Destiny that Bungie really wanted to make the whole time. Instead, you were kind of in this weird in-between period with Destiny 2. They've had 1, maybe 2 DLCs come out. They're like the big yearly DLCs. And it's like...
I feel like a lot of people are just losing track now.
A lot of people I know do play it, but it's a very niche group. It's a very niche fan base. Here's my thing. Okay, going back to what I was talking about with publishers kind of being the new record labels of like they're just greedy, and that's how a lot of people see them. You do have like developers / publishers or just like old like rogue developers that make really, really good shit. Bethesda was one of them. Blizzard, before they got bought by Activision, was one of them, or merged, whatever the fucking acquisition was. And now those two are seen as fucking evil as shit. So it's like, who takes their place, right? Like, who is the new Blizzard and Bethesda? Can Bungie take that back in, as one of the main lead developers that listens to their fans? We talked a little bit. We talked a little bit about Epic before. Also, Project CD Red, who did Witcher and motherfucking Cyberpunk. That's coming out. I don't know why I just had a brain fart there, but Cyberpunk, which I'm just like that. Are they taking the reins? They're pretty much primed to take that reins of the new. Like, not really indie, but AAA developer that is just going to make a great game once or twice a decade, max.
But they have to deliver. So.
Right. But I mean, if they deliver Cyberpunk, then does that mean that, like, and then we'll talk about that when the time comes, but definitely Bethesda and Blizzard are on the down slope of this. And again, they're part of Activision. Activision's the one that owns... Hey, what shooter do they own, Fred? That's a big shooter. That's military. What does Activision own, Fred? You got this. Go. Go.
Call of Duty?
You did it.
I just spit it out there. I didn't know. I was taking a chance.
Yeah, but who did you used to think made Call of Duty?
EA.
And so you thought they made Battlefield and Call of Duty. They were competing franchises. Makes sense. Made total sense.
It's how much I care.
Okay.
Not
asshole.
about games in general, but about those.
I know what you mean. Anyway, I mean, do you have an opinion that I know this has kind of gone to a bigger conversation about publishers, but it kind of is the case. Like, they clearly weren't happy with Activision, who's a major publisher. Do you think publishers are seen now by not only the developers but consumers as well? Or sorry, not only by the consumers but developers as well, because now maybe developers don't want to sign with these big publishers, even though they get notoriety, like they might influence their game that might fuck it up. What do you think?
No, I don't think that publishers are evil. I think there are some really good ones out there. I think like Adult Swim Games, Devolver Digital.
Of course, they're great, but they're smaller scale. I'm talking about the big.
But I think some of these smaller publishers have the potential to rise up and reach some of those bigger ones.
Okay.
I think that it's...
I like that.
I think it's hard to be a multi-billion-dollar company without being a little bit aggressive.
Oh, I get it. Like, don't get me wrong. I totally understand the business, the corporate, like, capitalistic business model that's very, like, sales driven, focusing on these things. I totally understand that. Yeah, that's fucking business 101.
Like Bethesda is probably the best example. They turned from like 5 to 10 years ago. Maybe not that recent. Maybe about 10 years ago, you could have seen Bethesda as like really independent, and now you probably see them as like a
major.
juggernaut.
Yeah, I agree for sure. And you've seen how some of the business decisions that were made, maybe whether it be by the marketing team that tried to market a game a certain way when it was really, obviously a different way. I don't know, just in general, the team that decides how they're going to even do transactions, whether it be micro or whatnot, in games, how they're going to make money off of this. You've seen that Bethesda's just kind of being really, really greedy, and that's turned people off within Within literally 6 fucking months, Fred, we've seen a fan base completely turn on a company. It's insane. Don't know